Hey guys, I am back! This is your boy Carnifex with another Nerd This video. First time in freaking long time. And we have got some news. First, I want to let you guys know where I've been. We're going to start off right here.
Carol Baskin killed her
Husband whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed up to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin. She definitely killed her husband. Anywho, so I have not just been watching Tiger King, guys. I would not do that to you. I got married, I moved, I had all this corona craziness. I am still working. No deets on that, but I'm still going into work. So it's just been a real busy time. I appreciate those of you who've been checking in on me, requesting stuff, still let me know what's going on. I have been working on things. I've just not had enough concentrated time to really put something out. And as things have morphed into other things, I'm gonna show you one of those at the end of this video here. But anyway, I am back. I am pumped about Mor'Doom coming out here. And you will see a live stream for that, so definitely check it out. Anyway, so that's been going on. We got a big drop, but first I want to hit with a couple little things. So first, in case you guys don't know, we got this guy coming out here, Mr. Count Delman. How did I make this bigger before? I did something. How did I make that bigger? Resize, make it huge. I don't know. Anyway, you can see this dude right here. To me, okay, so I was talking about what we thought this guy could be. I think there's a high chance he ends up being a tank character or someone that, and so the devs have already revealed that he does have synergy with Fallon, like some of these other characters like Kyra and Venomir, like kind of the most popular one that we see, right? He's going to have some synergy with Fallon. I think he will either be a tank that has some kind of pre-tauntant or something, or that there's going to be something when he synergizes with Fallon. Apparently there might be a second character he synergizes with, so like a trio. We will see. But anyways, I am excited to see what this guy does when he comes out. I really hope that some kind of tank-related adjustment comes, whether it's someone who pairs with Kellerian and makes him do more, or it being Count Delman here in general. So I had a great Q&A with Emerald Dragon the other day. Got a lot of good stuff about what's coming down the pipeline, what they expect to have happen. So as we can tell, Battlegrounds is going to be coming out, and I have the announcement up here. Battlegrounds is going to be coming out before the new raid. New raid is going to be a little bit yet, as we still move to this new game mode, work out the kinks, etc. before we go launch a new raid. But I mean, they've already shown us models. It's definitely in development. They're looking into whether or not Gear 12 will be a part of that or not. I feel like it's not a bad time to put in Gear 12 with something like that, but it also giving some time yet. As to whether or not they're going to have all 7 legendaries come out before then, I don't know. I think it's possible, but they could surprise us. We'll see. They got 20 new characters that are in some form of development. Only a couple of them are, kind of essentially ready to test and release. But that includes, in those 20 characters, 2 of those 2 new races. Still don't know what they are. Definitely feel like undead, something along those lines, is something that makes a lot of sense. We will see if those 2 other characters kind of flesh out like a trio of demons with 2 others where they kind of split between order and clans. We shall see. So next thing is, so with Battlegrounds, I know we've been requesting for a long time squad management stuff and rune management features. So hey, can I just have these squads, right? These pre-built groups of characters that I can just select when I'm in tower, or something, or when I'm in arena, even something like that. Can I just pull from it, or from doing the raid? They intend for that to be released around Battlegrounds. It may not be ready right at implementation, and it may just be easier to have Battlegrounds released and then add it to it, in which case they might just, that just is a better way to implement it, and so that's how they'll do it. So we'll see. And same thing with rune loadouts. So for those of you guys who like play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, like a lot of us are, recovering Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes players, that's gonna be released basically like same time. They intend those two features to come out at the same time. They know it's gonna be really important to have with Battlegrounds, and they know that it's gonna be it's just really nice in general. The amount of times I've wanted to just switch over like mod sets whenever I'm doing a legendary event like Mor'Doom, but instead I gotta pull over stuff from character using things and put them back. Way better this way. Really excited for that. There should be a FAQ coming out tomorrow, possibly a day after, we'll see, regarding Battlegrounds. I sent the devs a ton of questions earlier on about how it's going to look. And how it's going to function, but we have this here, so we're just going to read through this real quick. And before activating the polls channel, you might have a couple guesses already. New game mode is going to be Battlegrounds, so it's a 3v3 player mode. So for clarity here, this looks to be you and 2 other accounts are matched up against 3 other accounts. As to how they'll be matched, we're going to see, but they have some info here, but it's obviously not super complete. I know that a lot of us have been itching for content, so I feel like they got close enough to where they wanted to just kind of expose us to things, and then, kind of continue to flesh it out. Which, for those of you who do or don't know, that's how a lot of software development models are now. Get out the skeleton, flesh it out, get people's reactions to things, and not waste time on stuff you were going to change anyway. So, anywho, but this is not like 3v3 teams. This is 3 accounts versus 3 accounts. That's what that means. It is our real-time PvP. As to whether or not that means you'll be controlling on defense, or whether or not you'll just be working against the one 3-team account versus another 3-team account in real time to defeat NPC stuff. Still gotta wait in here. I hope it's the former, but there's also like some pro con that goes along with that. But I think that the former is still better. We'll find out. On average, the Battlegrounds play session will last for about 20 to 60 minutes. So that's a solid, that's not crazy. Basically, it sounds like you probably want to like bank an hour and then not use it, is what it sounds like. But probably don't join it unless you have that hour, because if it's RT, if it's real-time arena kind of thing, like that means when you drop out, you're just not going to be getting anything done for your team. So definitely do them a solid. As to whether or not you're going to be able to choose who's on your team, like go in and like preload, I don't know. We'll find out. But in Battlegrounds, that was one of the questions I asked him. In Battlegrounds, you embark on an adventure together with your guild mates in a team of 3. I'm assuming this is actually going to mean from your actual guild. They could be kind of calling these smaller groups, again, like first language Russian, but it also could just be, no, sincerely, you're going to be working with guild mates. So it's going to be kind of a members of guild versus member of guild. But it sounds like there's at least a possibility for, if it is teams of guild mates, that you can actually end up fighting 3 members from your own guild, possibly, depending on how the matchmaking works. But on the map, there will be 5 lands with 3 teams on each. So think of 15 total teams in 5 segments with 3 in each segment. As soon as a team wins all 3 battles, it'll clean the land and start getting points, and then that would unlock the new battle. So kind of like, if you want to, you can almost see it as like a little bit of like territory wars kind of situation, where you have like layers back, but it sounds like it's just going to be one column. So we'll see how that works. It might be like a 2, and then like a 1 in the back. Like it might be a 1 in the front, 2, 2. Who knows? But some kind of combination of 5 lands. As to whether or not you're going to get, how you get these points. Do you get these points by having an advantage, like you do in Grand Arena? Like, hey, I had this much survival left. Will you be able to repeat teams? All these things are questions that we don't know right now. But these are things that I fed them all and should hopefully be in the FAQ there. Which stands for frequently asked questions, unless anyone's really confused about that, or is like one of my few non-native English speaking fans. There will be a rating system. So with leagues, I don't know if leagues is going to be the only thing that's assessed, or if it's going to be like GAC and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where it not only takes into consideration your league, but also your total team score. Depending on how long they intend these seasons to be, I don't think it's wrong to go either way, although it will make the beginning rounds a little more boring because you get some really mismatched rosters. But if you have like a 3-month league, that's not a huge thing. But if they tend to not go as more down like the League of Legends route for like league length and more kind of like this monthly situation like GAC, then they probably won't do that, and it will also take into consideration your total team power, or at least like your top 50 or something like that. And this is one of the things we don't know right now either. Are we placing these defensive teams, or are these going to be NPC generated teams? If they're the former, that means you're going to need 10 teams to kind of like do your part. Now, if that means there's going to be weak sauce teams and there's somewhere where they're going to be, or you're going to hide them in back, there's so much more we have to know about the layout before we know how we want to do that. But you do have to have your heroes at level 40 and higher to be able to use them. So again, like 50 characters is like, I know that there's some of us who are, I have over half of that many characters at gear 11, but I don't have like 50 gear 11 characters. Sure. In the future, we're planning to make it a seasonal thing, right? With the Battlegrounds layout, rules, and lands changing from season to season. I like that a lot. Having different rules, like as to what rules, like could it be preventing certain types of characters on certain lands? Like those first 2 lands, they might prevent you from using healers because they don't want it to be a total stopgap to where you can't get past the first wave just because someone else is like souped up. And that makes it like frustrating. And so just like increase the amount of fun, at least make sure people get so far, they might do something like that. Then they change it up for the next season. They might have no tanks, might have, who knows. And defenders is what I mean when I say that. There's going to be a new shop. There's going to be Battlegrounds currency, Battlegrounds store. They have confirmed to us that it will have shards for characters, as whether or not they will be for characters that are currently released or yet to be released. Will this be the store that these battle pass characters go into after? I don't know. How much of this currency are we going to accrue? Like if you're an average person, are you going to accrue the amount you would in tournament, or like the amount you would in arena, or even tower? Still got a lot to figure out on that, but we'll tell you more about this later on. And again, with items that will help you increase your hero's power in a completely new way. This was a part of the Q&A. We can't reveal it yet, but I'll just go ahead and say when I heard about it initially, I was like, hey, this sounds like something that I know and I've experienced and I don't like, and it is not that. So those of you who might be wondering, like, it sounds like, nope, it's not. I think it's actually way better, and I can't get any more into it. I know, trust me, I can't wait till I can, but right now, we're adjusting the settings in the mode. We're really close to starting the first playtest. We're going to plan and release Battleground for all players sometime in May. That doesn't mean May 1st, right? Closed tests with the dev servers and content creators like moi, hopefully starting next week. So that's the dream. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more info about all that coming next week. And I'm going to go ahead and give you, because if you're watching this, you really are an OG nerd. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have been working on here. So this is my free-to-play farming guide. I know that there may not be a ton of you who are like, I consider myself strictly free-to-play. And for those of you who are already like partway through some of this, there's going to be some adjustment. I am making this as if you are relatively recent, past few months, like this calendar year, I think this is going to be really useful for everyone who's been saying like, hey, like I want like priorities for shop. I want this, I want this, I want that. I think doing this along with kind of going over again my ability priorities list is going to help a lot of people understand what to prioritize when they're doing stuff. This is not done. This is like in progress. That's why you can see like just some crud around various places. It looks like, oh, it looks like he's building something. There's just some. So anywho, I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope you're doing all right. Hope everyone's healthy and all that. Stay healthy. This will all be done soon. And until then, we got Dragon Champions. See you next time.